Alright, so this is going to be covering a lot of the 1997 Lincoln cents. Now first up here is a mint error. This coin was actually struck on a foreign planchet. You see how it cuts off the word trust, almost there to the date, and then here on the reverse it cuts off part of the word America. Now that is because this coin, like I said, was struck on a foreign planchet. It only weighs 1.9 grams. Typically a penny like this would weigh around 2.5 grams. Now this coin here, because of that mint error, sold for over 230 US dollars. Alright, moving on to a 1997 D mint mark. Now this penny here sold for over $850. And if you guys are new to coin collecting, here's why. You see that grade, graded by PCGS, it has a grade of a mint state 68 red. The coin grading scale only goes up to 70, 70 being the best. Now this is at a 68, and it also has that red grade. So you will see like brown pennies, red brown pennies. Those are different types of grades depending on the look of the penny. So if it's brown on the coin grading slab, it'll say BN. In this case, this one is red. That's why it has that RD. So $850 because of that very, very high grade, which means it's in very good condition. Now here is an off-center penny from 1997. Again, the D mint mark. If you guys are not familiar with mint marks, that just means that it was produced at the Denver Mint. And you can look for off-centers on all kinds of different coins. There's various different off-centers out there as well. This coin here sold for around $90. Now here's another 1997 D that was struck on a foreign planchet. The weight is not listed on this coin, but of course you can see the design being cut off. The Lincoln cent design being cut off there on both the obverse and the reverse of this coin. So pretty noticeable. Always weigh your pennies. Watch out for things like this. This coin sold for around $200. Moving on to a 1997 Lincoln cent, no mint mark, which means it was produced in Philadelphia. And this penny has been double struck. Of course, it's a pretty noticeable type of mint error. You know, if you're going through change, you know, you're not likely to find something like this. It'd be super, super rare. But this coin only did sell for around $60. So really not too much value there. But let's move on to one of my favorite coins of this video, the 1997 no mint mark that has been double struck. And that second strike is rotated. And we also have the coin being struck 15% off center. Alright, so wow, that is really cool. Check that out. Now, of course, something like this can fit in a coin roll. Is it possible finding it in a coin roll? Who knows? Did someone else find this in a coin roll? They could have. You just never know. Now, this penny here sold for over $250 as a result of that mint error. Now, here is another double strike. Much different double strike here. And it's been broad struck with the second strike being off center, of course. Wow, look at that. That is pretty amazing. This penny here sold for over $370. Now, something you always want to look for on your 1997 pennies, you can look for this on other dates as well, specifically the 1984 Lincoln cent. I have a list of that in my coin ebook on couchcollectibles.com of different double dies to look for. In this case, for the 1997, you want to look for doubling on Lincoln's ear. So if you're not familiar with double dies, definitely check out all the other coin videos here on the channel. We talk about tons of different double dies to look for, not just doubled ears like in this case. Now this coin here has that doubled ear, but it also has a very high grade of a mint state 65 red. So it's in good condition, it has that doubled ear. This coin sold for over $190. Now this coin here, same exact thing, has that doubling on the ear of Lincoln, and it is one grade higher. So instead of a mint state 65 red, we have a mint state 66 red, also graded by PCGS. If you guys are not familiar with PCGS, they are a coin grading company. You can check them out at PCGS.com. So the last penny sold for around $190. This coin here sold for over $240. So you see how much, you know, one grade can affect its value. Now here's a very extreme type of mint error. This coin has a cupped double strike. Wow, look at that. That is pretty amazing. I would imagine, you know, some of these things are probably found in mint bags as dealers buy those. But this coin here did sell for around $130 US. Next up, another extreme type of mint error. The coin has been double struck and it has that obverse die cap. Obverse, the front of the coin, of course, the reverse, the back of the coin. So like I said, pretty extreme type of error. This 1997 no mint mark Lincoln penny sold for over $370 as well. Now here is a 1997 no mint mark, kind of similar to the coin that we looked at before. It is graded at a mint state 68 red. That is where all of its value comes from, is having that high grade. And what really makes, you know, certain grades, and like in this case, what makes mint state 68 valuable is because, you know, the grade population. How many of these coins or these pennies out there from 1997 are graded at a mint state 68 red or higher? There's probably not many. So that will increase the demand, which ultimately increases the value. Now, if there's 10 million of these out there at a mint state 68 red, it's not going to be valuable even at that high grade. But it's very difficult to get the high grades, and when there's not many of them out there at a specific grade, of course that's going to create a demand for especially top collectors that want to have the top of the line grades. So this coin here sold for over $1,900 because of that mint state 68 red grade. Now here is a 1997. This coin has been indented on the obverse of the coin here, the front of the coin, and it's been broad struck. So wow, look at that. That is pretty amazing. Absolutely love indents. I have one in my collection myself. This coin here sold for around $100. Moving on to a 1997 that has been struck 60% off center. Like I said, there's many different off centers out there, some just 5 or 10% off center. In this case, 60%. This coin here sold for around $30. So nothing, you know, really too much. Actually, surprised that it only sold for 30 bucks. See, in this case, 1997 struck 25% off center, sold for over $50. So it really all depends, you know, what auction is it going to sell at? Heritage auction, eBay, another auction house. And when do you sell the coin? You know, what's the demand at the time you sell it? You know, prices are going to vary based on many different factors. So this coin here, like I said, $50. Same thing here, another off center, but this coin was struck 30% off center, and this coin sold for over $60. So various different prices there for different off center coins. Now here's a 1997 that was struck on a 10-cent blank planchet. The coin only weighs 2.3 grams, so this was essentially struck on a dime planchet, a penny on a dime planchet. The planchet is the metal circle piece that is blank before the design of whatever design, a penny design or dime design, is struck on the planchet. So typically, of course, this design, this Lincoln cent design, is supposed to be struck on a Lincoln cent planchet, on a penny planchet. However, it was struck on a dime planchet, and the dime planchet was blank. So keep that in mind so we understand what we're going to look at for the next coin. This coin here sold for over $280. Now the difference between that and this coin, this is a double denomination. This is where a 1997 Lincoln cent, a Lincoln penny, was overstruck on a 1997 Roosevelt dime. So the Roosevelt dime design was already struck on the planchet. In this case, the dime was already created, and then we had a Lincoln cent design, which creates that double denomination, overstruck on the dime design. So the last coin, it was actually struck on a blank dime. This one, in this case, was struck on a dime that was already struck. It already had the dime design on it. So this mint error coin here sold for over $750. Now in 1997, we also had the S mint mark. This coin here is graded at an absolute perfect grade. Cannot get any higher than a 70 on the coin grading scale. Kind of similar to like sports cards grading. You'll see like PSA grades only go up to 10, and they have different types of grades as well. In this case, we have a proof 70 red with that deep cameo, and because of that, this 1997 penny sold for around $70 US. Alright guys, don't forget to subscribe in the middle, check out the videos to the left of me, and until tomorrow, I'll see you all in the comment section below. This is Couch Collectibles, and this is where I disappear.